guys, welcome to another edition of the Suburban Driving with Miranda. This week I checked out the all-new 2021 Chevy Colorado ZR2 edition. I didn't quite go adventuring with it, but we did have some fun. Check it out. Here I am in the 2021 Chevrolet Colorado ZR2. So the Colorado is their smallest pickup truck, but this is a ZR2, which means that it is tricked out to be more of an off-road truck. Think of it like the Fox racing equivalent for Ford. That's what the ZR packages are for the pickup trucks. ZLs are for the Corvettes and the Camaros and the sports cars. ZRs are for the pickups. So this ZR2 package gives me a lot of, I would say, bling on the truck. So I get this midnight blacked out version, the blacked out grille, which I think looks fantastic with the off-centered Chevy bow tie that is not gold, it's also black. I get the ZR2 metallic angle, I don't even know what you call them, support bars off the trunk in the back. And I get the 17-inch gloss wheels that have 265 tires around them, so these are some beefy tires. So it's pretty bumpy in here, but I mean, that's general fare for a pickup anyways. This is a small pickup truck. Like I said, it is the smallest one in Chevy's lineup, and it's not impractical. So the day that I picked up this Colorado, I decided it would be a fantastic idea to go to IKEA and buy my son a brand new bed. Now, not just any bed, I need to get him a loft bed, which is ginormous and had like 11 boxes. They each weighed like 80 pounds. And they were long enough that they actually didn't fit in the bed of this truck. This has a short bed. So even the length of my son's youth bed, which I think was about 77 inches, so add like 3 or 4 inches on either end because they do pad the boxes, didn't fit in the trunk or the bed of this truck. Yeah, I had to stick them out the back. It can tow up to 5,000 pounds, roughly, 2,200 some odd kilograms, which is great. And the bed is lined. It's got the wheel wells. The wheels are sticking into the bed, so it's not a full flat bed. And like I said, it's short. But honestly, for the amount that somebody who buys this truck would use it for trucking, so to speak, it is extremely functional. In terms of the engine, it has a 3.6 liter V6, which has 308 horsepower and 275 pound-foot of torque. It is loud, it's V6y, it's growly, it sounds like a pickup, it drives loud. There's a lot of wheel noise from the massive rubber, there's a lot of wind noise because it's a big box. Plus with the ZR2 package, I've got off-road lights. So they're big halogen lights that are sticking up on the roof, so those obviously catch all of the wind. I know you can hear the kittens. It's just gonna have to go into the piece. They are on the passenger seat. I am a foster mom for kittens. They are going to their forever home today. And I thought, anyways, that being said, this Colorado with the 3.6 liter V6 also has an 8-speed transmission. I quite like it. You know what? I've actually done quite a lot of driving. It has an 80 liter, 79 liter gas tank. I've done a lot of highway driving on this, and I've barely gone through any gas, and I'm quite happy with it. I've had it all week. I'm actually gonna have this vehicle for 2 weeks, so I'm really gonna get to live with it and see. My main gripe actually with this car is getting in and out of it. So as you've all realized by now, I am on the shorter side. So on the passenger side, there is a nice little grip handle that you can use to lift yourself up. And on the driver's side, there is nothing. Now, I'm assuming they think you can use the steering wheel or you can grip the seat or whatever, but I really don't like pulling on the steering wheel as I get up. I just wish for a handle over here or a bigger side rail that I can actually step onto and then, you know, do it in like a 2-part step to get in. And really, in the grand scheme of things, if that's the most annoying thing about this pickup truck, it is not that bad. So as a base model, the Chevy Colorado is actually quite an affordable pickup. It starts around the 47,000 mark, and with the ZR2 package that I have on this particular vehicle, it brings the final price tag up to about 55. Now again, that's not terrible pricing for a pickup that can tow, has a usable bed, great back seat by the way, super roomy back there. My son has yet to sit there, but he will today. And you know, lots of headroom, really nice and airy. So if you are going to do trucky things with this truck, you have the ability to. And it has all the off-road suspension and struts and all the things that come with that ZR2 package that make it into the special Colorado that it is. So again, the price is not terrible. Obviously there are cheaper pickups, you know, the F-150s of the world, that's their bread and butter. There are so many iterations of that pickup. There's a bevy of prices that go with it. So for something like the Colorado, this is a bit of a niche pickup. It is small. Like I said, it's their smallest one. Kind of like the Ranger for Ford. You know, if you need a pickup and you don't need a dually and you don't need a full bed and you don't need a massive. Well, this is the crew cab, so you have 4 doors, by the way, which is nice. Pickups that have 2 doors tend to be a little impractical, but the 4 doors really help push this into like a kind of family truck status. But overall driving impressions of this truck, I really like it. It's not terribly uncomfortable despite all of the off-road suspension, and the really, you know, the poofy tires actually really help absorb a lot of the crap that's on our roads and make it a little bit smoother. It doesn't feel as like disjointed and disconnected as some pickups do. Like sometimes you feel like the bed is like, you know, running its own race while the cab is doing its own thing. And this doesn't feel like that. I feel, you know, connected with it. Steering's pretty on point. It's not too dead, which is nice, again, with the beefy tires and it being a pickup. And on the highway, you know, I have a decent amount of pickup if I want it. I'll watch my gas go down pretty fast if I floor it too often, but the V6 has a good amount of oomph, and I like the way it sounds. You know, it is a manly, jacked up pickup truck, and it should sound the way it looks, and I think that it does. Sitting inside the 2021 Colorado ZR2, pretty standard truck fare. Everything's big, bulky. The seats are pretty comfortable. They're not really bolstered, but they're plushy and comfy, and the headrests are in the right spot. I have really good visibility despite the really big hood, and there's like a hood scoop on the top as well. I don't feel like I have any massive blind spots. The windows are really nice and big. The windows are nice and big. I have a secondary mirror, a little corner one over here to help me see further out beyond the bed behind me. I've got good visibility out the back. And because it's a shorter bed as well, it's a little less troublesome in terms of like city and suburban driving. It doesn't feel out of place. Creature comforts inside, again, like I said, pretty standard truck fare. I love the fact that there's really big, chunky knobs to turn. This helps a lot with pickups. You know, you think if somebody's wearing work gloves or in the winter and you want to like turn stuff, and there's big buttons, really easy to get to. All of my off-road stuff and 2x4, 4x4 buttons are down here. I can turn off my traction control. I have heated seats. I have my shifter here, like I said, pretty standard truck fare. All the stuff on here for my heated steering wheel. I can control my radio back here, which I really love about Chevy products. Actually, they all have these. Instead of the paddle shifters being back here on the steering wheel, you control the volume on this side and your tuning on this side. And it's quick, it's easy. Seems silly, like, you know, well, why does it make the difference if it's on the back versus the front? But I don't know, I like the placement to use my fingers instead of my thumbs, and I do without thinking as soon as I get in. I've got Uconnect here. Not a bad system. I don't fiddle with them very much. Like I said, you can connect to Apple CarPlay. I've got a USB port down here. I have a charge pad down here. Would be great if my phone actually fit. So I have an 8 Plus, and yeah, it doesn't like my phone. So I can't actually use the charge pad, but if my phone was smaller and had a glass back, sure. I've got really good storage here in the center armrest. Again, just super comfortable. Nothing crazy. You've got the ZR2 on the headrest. That's pretty much it in terms of like extras inside. The package really focuses on the exterior elements of the vehicle, not so much the inside stuff, because again, if you have a pickup and you're using it for pickup-y things, you're going to get it dirty in here. So you want something that's kind of easy to maintain, easy to clean, wipe down, which this all is. You know, it's kind of hard plastics everywhere, which is fine. It should be that way in a pickup. As I said, you should be using this truck. There's no denying that the exterior look of the 2021 Chevy Colorado ZR2 is extremely manly. There's a reason that the ZR2 package has what it has on it. It is strictly aesthetic, save for the off-road suspension. The roll bar in the back, the lights that are on the roof, yes, they can be helpful for off-roading. You can also adjust them so that they point down towards the bed and not out towards the front of the car as they are now, but you need to screw them. They don't just rotate. So all that being said, it is a bit superfluous. It's a little bit much, though I do absolutely adore the blacked out grille in front. I think that makes a huge difference in the look of the Colorado. The 2021 Chevy Colorado ZR2 package, that means that you are getting all of the midnight black accessories, including the 17-inch gloss wheels that you see here, and the blacked out front grille with the blacked out Chevy bow tie in the front. Now, I know that's not traditional, and I know it's not the standard gold that Chevy would normally have, but I actually think it really works with this particular truck, especially with everything else being blacked out. Now, as I mentioned, I have a much shorter bed. It is a half bed because of the crew cab. It is fully lined, so it protects the inside of the bed from whatever you put back there. It has a nice hydraulic tailgate that comes down ever so slowly so that you don't mash your knees and or yourself as you're opening it up. I do wish for a step on the side. Being as short as I am, I have to use the wheel to get up into the back bed, which is a little bit obnoxious, but I am of the minority, I suppose. So if I really wanted to, I can hop my bum up onto the tailgate and get up that way. But a step is always useful, and there are a couple of models that do feature that. Just not this one. Yeah, overall, this is a great looking truck. I think they did a really good job in restyling the Colorado, and all of the ZR2 extras really just add that little extra bit of flair and personality to it that really makes people look twice on the road, actually. I mean, partly because of the lights on the top, the roll bars in the back, but just the overall look of it, the subtle hood scoop that's there, it really just adds to the look of the car. All right, guys, that's it for me. As you can see, the 2021 Chevy Colorado ZR2 isn't just popular with humans. It's a great truck overall, lots of fun to drive, looks great on the road. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up at Miss Miranda L on Instagram and Twitter, Miranda Lightstone on Facebook.com, and I hope to see you guys back next week. Thanks a lot.